All right. So when we last recorded, me and the juice box, we were all fired up about some playoff hockey. The Bruins, as usual, were willing to play their role of Charlie Brown, while the Florida Panthers happily played the role of Lucy, pulling that football away at the last minute. Now, it's that little glimmer of hope that continues to bring you back to sports as a sports fan, even if more often than not, it ends in disappointment every season. Now, I've been a sports fan since such a young age that I couldn't even tell you when it all started. That's how long I've been into sports. Me and Juice, we were skating, playing hockey since basically the time we could walk. Now, the old cliche when it comes to sports is politics, race, religion, they won't disrupt a locker room because the only thing that matters inside a locker room is winning. That's why the fact that the media and the radical left are still trying to make this Harrison Butker story a thing, that's why that's so annoying to me. This is also another example of why the Kansas City Chiefs are back-to-back Super Bowl champs. I thought Andy Reid had a great response to it when he said a little something like this. Juice?
On staff here in the building, his comments kind of touched on women in the workforce. What do you tell them if they come to you with a concern about players speaking ill of, women in general?
Yeah, that hasn't happened. I don't think he was speaking ill to women, but he has his opinions, and we all respect that. I let you guys in this room, and you have a lot of opinions that I don't like.
When a player says something that can be deemed controversial, even though some people supported it, some people didn't, how do you help that not become a distraction for this team with as much attention that's on Harrison's comments
Yeah, sure.
right now?
The guys are good with that. They understand. They understand how things work. Everybody's got their own opinion. And that's what's so great about this country. You can share those things, and you work through it. And that's what guys do.
Now, he just swatted away that foolish reporter like it was nothing. That person really framed their question by asking Reid if female employees of the Chiefs should feel uncomfortable after what Butker said. Like, what a joke. This is important because it shows us the power of the media and the left, who, are one and the same when it comes to gaslighting the American public. Why has promoting a Catholic lifestyle to a Catholic audience by a Catholic man caused 2 weeks worth of news coverage here? Why is the left hell-bent on removing God from public life? Actions speak louder than words, and the left's biggest actions and motivation over the last 50-plus years has been the destruction of the nuclear family and the removal of God from public life. How's that working out for our country these days? This story is the perfect example of how the media controls the public narrative and how they shape our culture. It happens in the political coverage, and it's the one thing that your well-meaning leftist friends and family members are a little too blind to see. When a guy like Butker says what he said and the media pounces and pressures everyone that's ever said boo to the man to comment on it, that's the power of the media. When someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene says something kooky, the progressives pounce and force every Republican to comment on it. And guess what ends up getting played over and over and over on CNN, MSNBC, all of your local news channels? Coverage of the Republican saying something strange or of the Catholic man spreading a Catholic message. And it's framed in a negative light on all those channels. But when an athlete beats his girlfriend, has multiple kids with multiple women, promotes Black Lives Matter or gay rights, not a single critical question is asked of his teammates about his stance. When one of the jackass members of the squad says something anti-Semitic, not a single Democrat is forced to answer any tough questions about it. Not from the media, not from your friends and family members. It just sweeps under the rug, back page of the newspaper. Or, matter of fact, it becomes a Republicans pounce story. I've said it once and I'll say it again. But once you notice this stuff, once you see this stuff, it really becomes hard to unsee it. And I hope everybody out there is seeing what's happening with this Harrison Butker story. And I hope it's helped you realize what me and Juice have known for a long time now. And with that being said, let's welcome in our good friend, Mr. Ric Flair, because guess what? It is showtime, baby. Woo!